Seattle, Washington. It's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Washington football team, and he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And the Seattle Seahawks. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. English, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 3rd down, English. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 45-yard line. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jones. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He has a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
That throw is not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. English got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run good for 18 and a 1st down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd down, English. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down.
Hey, 152, 152. You.
From the gun, English to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
It's fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
Allow me a second here to gush, because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. First carry now for Gus Edwards.
Gus Edwards, the ball carrier.
Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did, because to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Now Jackson on first down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
5-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down at 7. Play action. It's Jackson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Jackson's pass.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
And they'll run the screen with Bowden. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
26.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The throw over the middle, taken in, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Looking to throw on second down. English. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
From the gun on third down. English. Strong coverage by Washington. And now fourth down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
A 33-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Washington, nothing.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
At their own 25.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. Well, let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Washington.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
Jackson's pass.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Jackson's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Again, Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run here with Edwards. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Edwards. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Made by Derek Barnett.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Edwards. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Badgley able to knock this one through. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there. For Washington, 73 yards. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
Here's Edwards. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Jackson from the shotgun.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Brandon Cooks there to make the grab.
And Washington has taken the lead.
And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun. English. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Makes this Washington 13. Seahawks.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. To throw again. English. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They'll go again to Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
On 4th down, English. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not even going to come close. A big loss in the wrong direction on 4th down. Turnover. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit it.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Well, some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Going for it all. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Back to the air on second down. English. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Julio Jones, 29 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And the Washington offense going back to work. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Going to begin the drive here with Madison. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Alexander Madison.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and is much more successful as well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Jackson.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
Complete.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
A gain of 7.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Ball carriers.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 39. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
So Lamar Jackson in the offense. Down 20-13. A minute 12 to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. From the gun, Jackson.
They'll get this underneath to Madison. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Jackson will throw again. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, it was a touchdown. And not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again. English. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, English. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Josh Allen gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. It felt like he was in the pocket all day, never got rid of it.
And when you have that much time, you've got to either find someone open or get rid of it, because with that amount of time to throw the ball, that means the offensive line's done a really nice job.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He's got his man on the comebacker. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
52-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Seahawks, they needed overtime to do it, but they...
got the party going up. A champ with the crown is here.